You're checking out online. The cart says $42. Then a small line appears beneath it. Add $8 more for free shipping. You don't need anything else. But somehow, within seconds, you're scrolling for something, anything to add to the cart. Most people assume this is just smart marketing, a clever nudge, nothing deeper. But the real answer is far stranger. It has almost nothing to do with shipping costs and everything to do with a brain that evolved long before currency, contracts, or delivery trucks ever existed. Free has never meant free to your brain. It means something closer to a gift, and gifts trigger an ancient social instinct your ancestors relied on for survival. Think about it. Why does an $8 shipping fee feel like a personal insult, while spending $8 extra on a random item to avoid it feels like a victory? The math doesn't add up. You're not actually saving money. You're often spending more. But your brain isn't doing math here. It's doing something far older. Anthropologist Marcel Mauss spent years studying gift economies in traditional societies and found something remarkable. In nearly every culture he studied, receiving a gift created an invisible obligation, not a legal one, a felt one. Once someone gives you something, you feel compelled to give something back, or at least to engage further. Mauss called this the spirit of the gift, and it appears almost universally across human societies. This matters enormously for understanding free shipping. When a retailer frames shipping as something they're giving you, even though it was never separate from the transaction in the first place, your brain registers it the same way it would register a genuine gift from a tribe member thousands of years ago. And once that gift instinct activates, you feel a pull toward reciprocity. Adding another item to your cart isn't really about needing the item. It's about completing a social exchange your brain believes has already begun. But there's a second, equally powerful force at play, one that has nothing to do with gratitude and everything to do with loss. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely ran a famous experiment involving a free chocolate. Customers were offered a choice between a cheap chocolate for 1 cent and a premium chocolate for 26 cents. Most people, naturally, chose the better chocolate. But when Ariely shifted the prices down by 1 cent each, making the cheap chocolate completely free and the premium chocolate 25 cents, something strange happened. The overwhelming majority switched to the free option, even though the price difference between the two chocolates remained exactly the same. This is what researchers call the zero price effect. The word free isn't processed by your brain as just another price point. It triggers a completely different evaluation system, one that overrides ordinary cost-benefit thinking. Free isn't simply cheap. Free feels like the elimination of risk entirely. Here's why that distinction matters so much for shipping. A $4 shipping fee isn't actually expensive in the context of a $42 order. But it isn't the size of the number that bothers you. It's the category. The moment shipping has any price attached to it, your brain files it under possible loss. The moment it becomes free, that entire category disappears, and with it, a surprising amount of psychological resistance. Now combine these two forces. You have an ancient gift instinct nudging you toward reciprocity, and a zero price effect erasing your sense of risk. Together, they create a uniquely powerful trigger, one retailers didn't need a psychology degree to discover. They only needed to notice what worked, then build their checkout pages around it. But why would gift-giving have mattered enough, evolutionarily, to leave such a deep mark on human psychology? Consider what life looked like for early hunter-gatherer groups. Food supply was unpredictable. A successful hunt one week might be followed by scarcity the next. Anthropologists studying these societies have found that gift-giving and food sharing functioned as a kind of insurance system. If you shared your surplus today, others would share with you during your own future shortage. The obligation created by receiving something wasn't really about politeness. It was a survival mechanism, one that bound groups together across unpredictable seasons. Your brain still carries that wiring. When a company gives you something, even something as small as waived shipping, an old social subroutine activates. This group has shared with me, so I should continue engaging with them. Retailers, often without realizing the depth of the psychology involved, ended up replicating an ancient cooperative ritual inside a digital checkout card. There's another layer hiding inside this pattern too, one that explains why threshold-based free shipping, like spend $10 more, works even better than blanket free shipping. Researchers studying goal gradient behavior have found that humans become more motivated as they approach a finish line, even an arbitrary one. The closer you are to completing a goal, the more effort you're willing to exert to finish it. This is why loyalty card stamps near completion get used faster, and why progress bars on apps feel oddly satisfying to fill. A threshold like spend $8 more to unlock free shipping doesn't just dangle a reward. It creates a visible finish line, transforming an ordinary purchase into a tiny, completed mission. Your brain doesn't experience this as manipulation in the moment. It experiences it as opportunity. You're not buying an extra item because you were pressured. You're buying it because finishing the goal feels good, almost like crossing a small, personal milestone. This is the real reason free shipping controls you more than almost any other modern pricing tactic. It isn't one trick. It's three ancient systems firing simultaneously. The obligation created by gift receiving, the dramatic risk reduction created by the word free, and the irresistible psychological pull of finishing a nearby goal. None of these systems require conscious thought to work. That's precisely why they're so effective. You don't decide to feel obligated, relieved, or motivated. Those feelings simply arrive, fully formed, the moment the checkout page presents its familiar message. Once you can see exactly which ancient circuits are being activated, the spell weakens, even if it never fully disappears. Some researchers suggest a simple countermeasure, pausing before adding extra items and asking whether you would have purchased that item on its own, with no shipping incentive attached at all. If the honest answer is no, the goal gradient illusion, not genuine desire, is doing the work. It's worth remembering that none of this makes you careless or easily fooled. These reactions exist because they once kept human groups alive, through unpredictable seasons of scarcity and surplus. Sharing built trust. Trust built cooperation. Cooperation built the very communities your ancestors depended on to survive winters, droughts, and bad hunts. The instinct wasn't designed to sell you a phone charger you didn't need. It was designed to bind people together when survival required it. Modern commerce simply found a way to borrow that ancient circuitry and repurpose it for a checkout button. So the next time a small banner appears asking you to add a few more dollars for free shipping, notice what's actually happening beneath the surface. You're not weighing shipping costs. You're feeling an ancient debt you don't owe, racing toward a finish line that didn't need to exist, and reacting to the word free as if risk itself had vanished. None of it is irrational once you understand where it came from. It's simply old wiring, doing exactly what it was built to do, inside a system it was never designed for. You're checking out online again. A small banner appears, and this time, you finally notice the very thing you've never noticed before. Let's go deeper into why this particular trick works on almost everyone, regardless of how financially savvy they believe themselves to be. Start with a simple question. Why does the brain even bother distinguishing between discounted and free in the first place? After all, a 1-cent item and a free item are nearly identical in actual value. Researchers studying the zero price effect have proposed that this distinction exists because, throughout most of human history, truly free resources were exceptionally rare and valuable. A free meal meant someone had genuinely surplus food to spare. A free shelter meant safety without negotiation. Anything offered without cost or condition signaled abundance, generosity, or trust, all of which were precious and worth pursuing immediately. Your brain learned to treat free as a flag worth dropping everything for, because in the ancestral environment, it almost always was. Modern commerce, of course, didn't evolve out of abundance. It evolved out of competition. Yet your brain doesn't know the difference between a genuinely generous gift and a calculated incentive engineered by a marketing team.
To your nervous system, the signal is identical. Free means safe. Free means abundant. Free means seize this now before it disappears. This is also why limited-time free offers feel even more urgent than ordinary discounts. Combine the ancient, abundant signal of free with a ticking clock, and you've replicated something close to a rare windfall moment from your ancestral past, the kind that demanded immediate action, because such opportunities didn't last.
The goal gradient effect shows that the closer we get to a reward, the more motivated we become to reach it. That's why free shipping thresholds are often set just above a customer's average order value. The small remaining gap feels easy to close, creating a sense of urgency that encourages people to add one more item. At the same time, anticipated regret kicks in. We imagine feeling foolish for paying shipping when we could have avoided it, so spending a little more suddenly feels like the smarter choice, even when it isn't. These forces work together with the powerful appeal of the word free. Unlike a percentage discount, which invites calculation, free shipping bypasses careful analysis and taps into deeper psychological instincts. Modern marketing succeeds because it repackages ancient human tendencies in new forms. Understanding this doesn't make you immune, but it gives you a moment of awareness. The next time you're tempted to add an item just to reach free shipping, ask yourself one simple question. Would I still want this if there were no free shipping offer attached?